Hey guys, hope everyone is doing awesome. If this is your first time here, then welcome. So if you've been on my channel for pretty much any length of time, you'll see very quickly that one of the biggest struggles that I've had for my entire life when it comes to my hair is detangling. No matter how well I take care of my hair, my tangles seem to border on matted territory more often than not. So needless to say, I have tried so many different tools when it comes to detangling my hair. I, for the past 10 years or so, have been pretty much exclusively finger detangling. No tools involved unless I come across one that I think may finally be the perfect fit for me and my hair and it's a total dud. Or if I have my hair straightened, I'll finger detangle / use a tool with it because it's a lot easier then. But I've tried the wet brush, a modified Denman where I remove the teeth, these little weird guys that just seem to hurt and pull out more hair and do a lot more harm than good. Just no. I got this Velvet Touch from Conair situation that I used on my curly wet hair detangle and it was a big no, but on my straight hair this feels really nice on my scalp, but still not quite there. The last time before now that I really got my hopes up when it came to a detangling tool with this curl brush from Heat Free Hair, it seemed like this was going to be the answer, the solution. It has a detangling side with more spaced bristles, and then it has a defining side where they're much shorter and closer together, kind of like a Denman. But y'all, this was a big no for me when it came to wet hair, dry hair, straight and curly. And of course my search did not stop at brushes. In addition to this one that I got from Conair, they look so cool, but you guys, after the first use of this one right here, they're kind of in like hair type categories. This one is supposed to be for curly hair. So freaking stiff, you guys. Felt like I was fighting with my hair. So after the experience with that, I didn't even use the wavy version or the coily version because I was like, there's no point. Various different wide tooth combs, you guys. I have a seamless one right here. This little kind of weird, interesting guy. I used to use this on my relaxed hair, but on curly, it just didn't work. Now I do have a very special wide tooth comb that I've had for, I think at this point, 25 years. I don't know where it is, but it looks very similar to this. It's like a blue wide tooth comb. I've featured on my channel a few times over the years, and I think that it's seamless now just because I've had it for so long that with repeated usage the seams are just gone. And something about it, like I said, it's very almost identical to this, but something about it, it's a little extra special. And that used to be what I would detangle my hair with the first few years that I was natural, but then I switched to finger detangling, which I found to be a lot more gentle and thorough on my hair. But I did have some luck this year. If you guys saw my comparison of the Cosmology comb and this one right here, Magic Star Hercules Segment comb, I had much better luck using this. The detangling was the best that I'd experienced in a very long time from a hair tool, but there was still something that was just missing a little bit. The detangling was better than just finger detangling, but it wasn't quite as thorough, and there were still some sections where it was still really difficult to detangle. I would still be finger detangling very thoroughly before even starting with a hair tool. So even with that type of prep to consider, a lot of these tools were just duds on my hair and just couldn't stand up to how tangled my hair really gets. And missing here, because I have no clue where it went, is the VIDS double detangler. That was another one that I had really high hopes for. It was like a big wide tooth comb and had 2 rows of combs on either side. That thing hurt my scalp. Over the years, when I've talked about my problems with detangling here on the channel, whenever someone would give me advice, I know they meant well, but I'm like, I've tried that, I've tried this, and you just don't want to spend any more money when you've just, as you can see, run the gamut pretty much with like 90% of the stuff out there for detangling. But this year, the UNBrush has been left, right, and center everywhere I looked. I resisted for a while, and technically I still have, which you guys will see in a second. I kept seeing results, I kept seeing this and that, and although I have seen a sprinkling of people who've said that they have not had good luck with the UNBrush, it seemed like the overwhelming majority of people had really good results. So slowly but surely I started to get curious about using it, but I didn't want to spend $18 on yet another tool that was probably not going to work for me. So I decided to test out a bootleg version instead. This is very similar to the UNBrush original, and I got it on Amazon recently for like $7. So the first time that I used this, you guys, that first section, I teared up a little bit. I'm so serious. It just was so much easier than detangling has been for me. And if you, like me, like, tangling is not just annoying to me, it is very stressful. It is literally painful. No matter how good I treat my hair, the deep conditioning, the being gentle, it tangles like nobody's business, and that's very disheartening and frustrating. So having something actually make detangling not so stressful was just, it made me tear up a little bit. It was really cool. So this is the packaging from my little Amazon brush. It says it is the Super Brush plus the original Italian design. I feel like this was just quickly made after the UNBrush took off. I'll make sure to also link the brush down below if you want to check it out. So I was like, let's test my curiosity before going all in with the UNBrush. And I know that they do have sales occasionally, but I want to wait for Black Friday. I want to pay the lowest of the low that I can. And now after this experience, I would like to try the UNBrush Plus, because although I really love this, there are some little subtle things about it that I don't love that I'm curious to see if the UNBrush Plus will have better results for me as far as those things. So I am working on week-old hair. I just took my twist out yesterday, so I'm kind of sad to be washing my hair already since I didn't even get to enjoy the twist out. But with my schedule this week, this is the best day for me to do my hair. But the bonus is that it feels really good, so I think that detangling will be even less of a hassle than usual with this new tool. And I usually start from the back and work my way to the front. I think you guys will be able to see it better if I start from the front. So that is what we're gonna do. So I've seen people who've been able to use the UNBrush on dry hair, but the way my hair tangles and can lead to breakage, I will never try that. So usually in my pre-poo routine, I'll add my products, let it marinate for a bit, then finger detangle. And by marinate for a bit, we're looking at like an hour, hour and a half minimum to let the product soften my strands, making detangling a little easier. But I've found with using this brush, I don't have to let the product sit for all that time. I can pretty much go from application, a little bit of finger detangling, and you'll see. I'm going to be using the Soultanicals Aquamarine leave-in conditioner. I've also used just plain old water in place of this, and it does a good job. I don't feel like finding an empty bottle right now, so I'm just going to be using this product. This is from their spring line, so it's not available all the time, but I've had it in my stash for a while and decided to check it out. And the first time that I used it, I really liked it for detangling. And this is what the product looks like. Liquidy, but still got a tiny bit of thickness and weight to it, so it's not quite as runny as your traditional liquid leave-ins. I'm already noticing a lot less tangles than usual since this is only a pretty much day one twist out. Get these little ends. If you guys saw my last video, which has been performing really well on my channel, so thank you if you've seen it, doing a 1 month hair grease challenge. So I am not trimming these much needed to be trimmed ends as like a nice little comparison to see how they feel after a month of using hair grease. So I think that's another reason why my hair feels so good right now. I use hair grease and just a leave-in conditioner to actually style these twists. Starting to finger detangle a bit as well. I'm not just putting the product in my hair, I'm making sure to distribute it very well and finger detangle at the same time, and that's helping me to remove shed hairs. And the two other products that I have contain water. They will help to further wet my hair down a bit. The next that I have is the Beauty and Planet Maru Butter and Rose Conditioner. I love these little conditioners. They're so moisturizing and they condition my hair very well during the pre-poo detangling process. About that much. This smells so good. And I've detangled my hair with this brush 2 times so far because I wanted to make sure it wasn't just like a fluke for some reason before sitting down and doing a review on it. My hair has been just so much more manageable. My styles turn out a lot better. I've been getting a lot of compliments from my family about how my twist looks. I do a lot of finger smoothing of the product upon application, but I think the brush has just taken it over to a whole different level. And since I'm able to get my roots a lot better and remove the shed hair that's trapped at the roots especially, it causes my styles in general from root to tip just to be a lot smoother, a lot more uniform, and to have a lot more shine. And as I mentioned, no matter what the tool is, how good it is, I will always go in with this finger detangling process first to set myself up for as pain-free a process as I can. Last but not least, I'm going to be going in with one of my slip boosters, the African Pride Pre-Poo. You guys know, one of my favorite products of all time. It has been such a huge help when it comes to detangling over the past few years. Snotty, jelly, wonderkind, putting it on top of my hair makes a huge difference. This would be my detangling routine until now. The finger detangling for me is still doing a huge bulk of the work when it comes to detangling, and the brush is just going in after and giving like the finishing touches, getting the shed hairs that I'm not able to reach, helping to prevent that matting that I've been living with. My roots are my most tangled areas, and they are like night and day compared to how they used to be, y'all. It is amazing. I think we're good with the product application for the most part. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Going with my little brush. Now, this is one of the things I don't like about it. I feel like the handle is a bit too short. Like, it's hard to grip sometimes. So I have better luck holding it like this and detangling like this versus like this at first. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just get better results starting like this, and then once it's more detangled, then I can switch to this. Like, I feel like I get more control like this. It's just so much more seamless than when I do it like this at first. But then I'm able to move it this way after going in like this at first. I'm also able to cover a bigger surface area as well. Just gently work things up from the ends to the roots. Add a little bit more of that Sultanicals here. It still hurts. It's better than it used to be, but it still hurts. It's all about progress when it comes to my hair and this tool. Doing it a little bit up until a certain point, then going back and finger detangling, I'm able to get those shed hairs a lot better to prep it for the rest of the way to my little tricky roots than I would be if I just went in and just kept one detangling without doing that first. So detangling with the tool, then taking a little finger detangling braid to get me to the roots has been working really, really well for me. And one of the things I saw people say they didn't like about the UNBrush is that it felt like it wasn't going all the way through their hair. So I like to make sure that I'm detangling on the top like this, and then I'll also go underneath my hair so that I can make sure that every single 360-degree portion of my hair is being addressed and getting detangled. And this, you guys, was not possible for me with any other hair tools that I've used. Like so many other things now, I wish this was around when I was little. Make sure to push the brush in, and if I can see the bristles at the end, I know that it's thoroughly getting detangled. Because these little short bristles, I can definitely see how people have been running into the issue of feeling like it's not going all the way through their hair for detangling. And then going up under to detangle, just to make sure that everything is good. And if you guys have been with me for a while on my channel, you know that this is not the norm for me and my hair. And as I mentioned in my hair grease video, I do have some type of damage also to my hair. Like this little straight part right here, I mean, it's got a little hope of a curl, but something happened along the way where I definitely have some type of damage on my hair. So I'm hoping that also, since I'm able to stimulate the blood flow a lot more in my regular detangling routine with the brush, my hair is not just like bunching up at the root and not able to be detangled. So I'm hoping that that will help with hair growth in the long run, so I can grow this little weird damage out that I got going on. So that is that section done. We're going to get into a quick-ish, as quick as me and my hair can do, version of the rest of my detangling routine. I'm moving on to this back section, which I had finger detangled pretty much to the best of my ability at this point before moving on to the brush. As you can see, my hair appears to be pretty much detangled with just my fingers, but I'm not able to get this back section, especially where my hair is parted that you see here. It naturally parts because that's the way I section my hair, but those tangles right there and on like the perimeter are so difficult for me to get with just my fingers. So this brush is able to remove so much shed hair, and I think that in the long run it's going to help with the blood stimulation, to help with increased hair growth, and help with the breakage that I have back there as well from all the years of not being able to really get that section on a consistent basis. Usually the most thorough detangling I get is when my hair is straight, but since I am trying to prioritize getting my hair back on track versus straightening right now, that is not an option. So I'm so happy that this brush is a great way for me to get out those shed hairs that have been needing to go for a while, and hopefully benefit my hair a lot in the long run. As you can see here, the finger detangler is crucial for those little tangles like that I might just rip through with a brush if I didn't finger detangle first. So that is why it's still such a huge part of my routine. As I mentioned, about 80% of my detangling, I think maybe about 70, give or take, is done with my fingers only first. One side is all detangled. Now time to move on to the next. Apply a little bit more of that Soultanicals leave-in conditioner. Again, the texture is so awesome for applying to my dry hair to get things going. If I just applied just water by itself, it wouldn't do the job. So the different layering of products really does make a huge difference in infusing my hair with moisture and slip to aid in my detangling. And again, another one of these little tangles here really benefits from me doing the finger detangling first before going in with a tool, so that I am preserving as much hair as possible and not just ripping through random tangles. Adding my creamy conditioner on top of that, and I am just being taken back when I'm editing this video how awesome my hair felt when I was applying these products. And again, this was just a first day twist out, but my hair naturally is very dry. I'm trying to get those moisture levels up so that I can go farther in between like I used to, hopefully in between wash days without my hair feeling so dry. But these products made it feel so nice. Lots of shed hair getting removed, and prepping things for me to do that final smoothing and fine-tune detangling with the brush. Going in with my African Pride pre-shampoo. That little slippy baby is just the cherry on top with my products for getting this pre-poo detangling process going. And it still hurts, even with my hair being a lot less tangled than it has been in the past. But that's why it's all about slow, steady, and gentle. I'm so sad about this random damage, you guys. Like, not a happy camper. So that is another reason why I am implementing these new/old things like detailing with a tool, hair grease, silicones back into my routine to see if I can get my healthy curls back, because I miss them. Going in with the brush at this kind of vertical, horizontal, I don't know, I'm not I'm not good with the directions, but I'm going in with the brush this way and then using it the traditional on its side way after I remove a lot of the shed hair and kind of make some progress up the strands before taking it on its side to just be able to detangle at a different angle to make sure I am kind of attacking each section from various different like 360 degrees to remove as much hair as I can, because this is probably, I don't know, since the last time that I straightened my hair was about a year ago, there are probably shed hairs that I've missed in that general time frame of a whole year that have been trapped and just waiting to be able to get detangled out of my hair. So this brush is so great for being able to thoroughly yet gently detangle my hair. And major emphasis on the gentle part, because I am just as tenderheaded as I was when I was a little girl. So the fact that this is able to get to the root of all roots of my hair and not cause me to just wince in pain to the extreme level that I'm used to is awesome. But I can actually reach my roots and I detangle, the bonus scalp massage that I get every time just feels so nice. This is what my hair looks like fully detangled now. I still have the product in there, of course. Feels so good. If you've seen some of my other styling videos, my detangling videos, my roots usually aren't this flat, and because with finger detangling alone, I'm just not able to get the shed hairs out, especially at my roots. And I have a lot of definition with this method, which makes me hopeful, because besides the fact I just couldn't find the right hair tool for me, when I would detangle with a tool instead of just finger detangling, I would notice that a lot of my definition became lost in the sauce. So when I would do a wash and go, it would look so weird because my hair naturally is very curly, and with my wash and goes, if I would detangle with a tool, even after rinsing out conditioner, my curls wouldn't just snap back and they just look really weird in a wash and go. And I've noticed that with using this brush now, I get that additional smoothness, but I do have a lot more shrinkage as well. So I'm curious to see what my wash and go will look like with this finger detangling plus new hair tool situation, to see if it won't kind of, I don't know, make my curls a little too loose and wavy when I'm trying to do a wash and go. But the way that it looks wet now, the curls in general look pretty spot on to what they look like when my hair is only finger detangled. So I don't think I will have to sacrifice the definition for that style for a more detangled result. So I'm gonna go rinse all this product out and then be back to show you my final detangled result. All clean. Ooh. Oh my goodness. And I just got a new shower filter too and used it for the first time today. And I don't know if it's in my mind, it's a combination of everything. My hair feels really good. It's so fluffy. Party. I'm really looking forward to seeing how much of a difference it makes in being able to actually like get all of my hair from root to tip thoroughly detangled. Will it be increased hair growth? Will I notice more thickness? We'll see, I guess. I'm so glad that after all of my failed attempts at hair tools that I decided to give this one a try. I think this is a great option that if you want to try the UNBrush but you don't want to pay $18 for it, this is a really awesome dupe. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I do plan to still try the UNBrush. Since this one seems to be so similar to the original, I don't know if I'm going to try that one and the Plus or just do the Plus. We'll see what their Black Friday sales looking like, because you guys saw my sad little tool graveyard. I don't want to spend any more than I have to, but based on the results I had from this, I am a little extra curious about the Plus and about this brush also, but I'm not sure about this one. This is from a brand called the Innate Life. They're super like fancy bougie, and if you guys have tried it before, let me know what you think. One of the people that I really like here on YouTube, Truly, she said that this is her favorite brush, I believe, and she's tried the UNBrush and lots of other brushes. See if my hair were like this one, mainly because I do like the fact that it has a longer handle. This one is a little hard for me to grip because it's so short. The bristles look really nice and long to be able to get into my really thick hair easily. Tells you about some of the stuff about it. So yeah, this is the Bamboo Charcoal Detangler from Innate Life, and it is $20. So we'll see what their Black Friday sales looking like, because no thank you, we're not doing those prices anymore for tools. It says it's got 4 layers of flex that move with you in your hair. It minimizes friction and breakage, which is huge for me because with my coarse strands, that friction is what leads me to have a lot of breakage and my strands really like hanging out with each other. And I do like the fact that it's biodegradable since it's made with bamboo charcoal fibers. If you've tried the original UNBrush, the UNBrush Plus, or this little bamboo cutie from the Innate Life, let me know what you think. I'm going to be donating the majority of my tools that I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. I'm going to try to sell that one from Heat Free Hair, the double detangler brush that I showed you guys in that like cute little box, because that one was expensive, so I like to recoup a little bit from that. So of all those, I'm just going to keep a few from when my hair is straight. So remember to let me know in the comments if you tried any of those 3 brushes that I mentioned. What is your detangling routine? Do you do finger detangling? Do you use a tool? Are you like me and do like a combo of the two? I am always so curious, even if it won't work for me, because detangling is such a huge part of taking care of my hair. I'm just always curious to see what other people's routines look like. I really need to stop playing around, and I really need to go put deep conditioner in my hair, but it just looks so cute. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video all about my new detangling routine. I am so shocked that this is actually a thing with me and my hair now. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a thumbs up. That little tiny push of a button makes a really big impact in YouTube promoting my video on my channel. Likewise, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so as well. I'd love to have you. And speaking of which, my grease video did so amazing that I noticed that I do have a good amount of new subscribers who've joined the channel. So welcome. Thank you so much. Got a lot of new videos planned for the rest of the year and beyond. Remember to upload videos every Friday with some short form content in the meantime, in between time, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye.